And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And it was a relatively nice and mellow day here. Temperatures back into the 50s in the Springs in Pueblo after a morning low down to 17 for the Steel City. But all nice things, well, you guessed it, they come to an end, and such is life here along the Front Range in southern Colorado. Talking about some storm details here and storm impacts indicated by these circles over here, excuse me, on the side of the screen. So yellow means moderate impacts, red would indicate high impacts. And on Tuesday, most of the day is relatively quiet, though we do start to get some snow showers to move into Teller County, probably after the lunch hour. And then we'll get some bigger impacts as we make our way into Tuesday night with periods of heavy snow. Main impacts are going to be along and north of the Palmer Divide region. And that will continue into Wednesday with periodic snow showers, very strong and gusty winds. This is likely to bring hazardous to dangerous conditions to roadways, again, generally north of the Colorado Springs area, but depending upon where you are in town, at times, you might see some of these hazardous road conditions. There could also be some road closures, possible school delays and road closures as well, or school closures, excuse me, as we make our way into Wednesday. Tonight, it's the calm before the storm as we're sitting in the lower 40s here in Colorado Springs. Pueblo still in the upper 40s after warming into the 50s this afternoon, so still relatively quiet out ahead of our next weather maker. And tonight, it is spreading rain and snow from the Golden State all the way east into the Four Corners region. Take a look at Futurecast on Tuesday. Here comes the snow. It's going to fall quite intensely at times across the mountain areas. And I think just about maybe 4 to 7 o'clock, we'll get some of that moisture that begins to spread east. Now, areas down into the Arkansas River Valley, you're likely to start as rain before transitioning to snow Tuesday night as we're waiting on that cold air to arrive. Then the position of the low and how strong it gets is going to dictate where the heaviest snow falls. Now, since this morning and even last night at 10, both Sam and I have been saying it's favoring areas in northern Colorado. I still think that's going to be the case, but look at Wednesday, still getting some of that wraparound moisture across the plains and I-25 corridor. That coupled with some gusty winds will make for some pretty treacherous or unsettled conditions on the roadways with snow and blowing snow in the forecast. So here's what it looks like across the cross section of I-25. Lesser amounts south of Pueblo, highest amounts up towards Monument Hill, where we could see as much as 6 to 9 inches. Locally, higher amounts up there towards northern parts of El Paso County. Generally 2 to 5 in the Springs, but northern neighborhoods could be on the higher side, maybe even above that. And take a look at that graphic here. This is the Pikes Peak region. Air Force Academy could be as high as 4 to 7. Airport areas downtown, anywhere between about 2 to 4 in these spots. 1 to 3 for our friends in Fountain, 3 to 6 in Manitou, and about 5 to 8 inches possible in Woodland Park. Overnight lows tonight, teens, 20s, and low 30s here. Tomorrow's highs, much more in line with what we would typically see this time of the year. 44 in the Springs, 49 in Pueblo, and 48 degrees in La Junta. Take a look at the Super 7-day forecast. It is a jam-packed 7-day extended period here in southern Colorado. I want to do a breakout on Wednesday because, again, I mentioned the wind is going to be a big factor. Whenever you get some of these snow showers that start to blow up, you get the wind, and that makes that visibility really tricky to navigate through. So if you don't have to go places on Wednesday, this might be the day to stay home and work from home if that is an option for you. Dry and a little bit warmer Thursday, another round of light snow possible Friday, and yet a third storm by Sunday night and Monday. For Pueblo, also looking at some decent action over the next 7 days. But again, you're sort of on the southern end of this bigger, larger midweek storm. So your impacts only 1 out of 5 on the impact scale. Snow amounts generally under 2 inches. Canyon City also looking at light amounts of snow through Wednesday afternoon. A few light snow showers on Friday, but still working out those details. Potentially another storm Sunday to Monday. And for Woodland Park, we've got 3 out of 5 on the impact scale here, as there could be some pretty significant snow totals in parts of Teller County, Diane. Maybe as much as 5 to 8 inches in some spots by Wednesday evening.